What does it really take to start a pressure washing business? Is it just buying a new machine, finding a few customers, and putting money in the bank? That is how it often looks like from the outside. But more than a year ago, I started an exterior cleaning business as an immigrant. I had an engineering and project management background, but I still had to learn how to find customers, how to price my jobs, how to deliver the work, manage the money, and keep going when the business was slow. And I quickly realized that starting the business was not the hardest part. The hardest part was becoming the person capable of building that business. So in this video, I am going to break down 7 things it really takes to start and build a pressure washing business. If you are in your 20s or 30s and you are ambitious, this video is specifically for you. Let me give you the clarity I wish someone gave me. Before we get into the 7 points, let me be clear. This video is not telling you that pressure washing is easy money. It is also not a video telling you that you need thousands of dollars before you can begin it. There are businesses that can be started with a relatively simple setup. But simple does not mean easy. You still need customers. You still need to deliver excellent work. You still need to understand your numbers. And yes, you still need to build trust. So let us start with the first thing. The first thing it takes is a clear offer, not just vague, I do pressure washing. That is too broad. You need to understand exactly who you're helping, what problem you're solving, and what result you'll be delivering. Ask yourself, are you helping homeowners improve the appearance of their property? Are you helping landlords prepare a property for new tenants? Are you helping commercial property owners maintain a professional looking building? The clearer the customer and the clearer the problem, the easier it becomes to explain your service. When I started my pressure washing business, I had to move away from thinking only about the equipment and start thinking about the customer. The customer is not buying your pressure washer. They are buying a clean driveway, a better looking property, less maintenance, or the convenience of not having to do that work themselves. That shift of mindset matters, because if your entire business idea is built around owning a machine, you are thinking like a technician. You need to start thinking like a business owner. Number 2, financial discipline. You do not necessarily need a huge amount of money to begin, but you do need to understand where your money is going. Equipment is only one part of the cost. You may also need insurance, registration, fuel, chemicals, maintenance, advertising, software, protective equipment, and money set aside for unexpected problems. Before you take your first customer, understand the basic numbers. What does it cost you to complete one job? How much time does that job take? How much do you need to charge to cover your costs and pay yourself properly? And what happens if the equipment breaks down? These are all questions you need to ask yourself. A business can be profitable on paper and still struggle with cash flow. That is one of the biggest lessons I have learned. Revenue is not the same as profit. Profit is not cash flow, and cash flow is what keeps the business alive. You do not need to panic over every number, but yes, you need to write them down. Number 3, you have to be willing to sell. This is where many people struggle. They are comfortable learning about the equipment. They are comfortable watching videos. They are comfortable designing a beautiful logo. But when it is time to speak to a customer, give a price, follow up, or hear the word no, they hesitate. A pressure washing business does not grow because you own a pressure washer. It grows because you can consistently create conversations with potential customers and turn some of those conversations into paid work. You will need to learn how to explain your service clearly. You will need to learn how to price without apologizing. You will need to learn how to follow up without feeling like you're nagging and annoying. And you will need to learn how to accept rejection without treating it like a personal failure. When you are an immigrant, you may already understand what it feels like to start again, to adapt, and to prove yourself in a new environment. But business will still test your confidence. You cannot hide behind preparation forever. At some point, you have to ask for the sale. Number 4, you have to deliver quality work. Getting the customer is only the beginning. If the work is inconsistent, if you damage someone's property, if you miss important areas, or if you leave the customer disappointed, your marketing will not save you. You need to understand the difference between cleaning different surfaces. You need to think about the pressure, the distance, chemicals, water flow, safety, and the condition of the property. You also need to know when a job is outside your current skill level. That is an important business decision. You do not need to pretend that you know everything, but you do need to keep learning and protect the customer's property. The goal is not simply to finish the job. The goal is for the customer to look at the result and feel that hiring you was the right decision. That is how you create reviews, referrals, repeat customers, and reputation. Your work is your marketing. Number 5, being reliable. This sounds simple, but it is one of the most valuable advantages in a service business. You must answer the phone. You must return the messages. Show up when you said you will show up. Communicate if the weather changes. Leave the property in good condition. Do what you promised. Be a man or woman of your word. Many businesses lose customers not because they are completely incompetent, but because they are unreliable. Remember, the customer does not know what is happening in that moment. They do not know when you are coming. They do not know whether you are going to finish the job that day. Reliability creates trust, and trust is one of the few advantages a small business can build quickly. You do not need to compete with the biggest company on day one. You need to become the company that people feel safe recommending to others. That means professionalism matters. The way you communicate to customers matters. The way you present yourself matters. People are not only buying a clean surface, they are buying confidence that the job will be handled properly. Number 6, create systems. In the beginning, you may be able to keep everything in your head. You remember the customer's name. You remember the quote. You remember which chemicals you need. You remember when to follow up. But as the business grows, memory becomes a weakness. You need simple systems for leads, quotes, scheduling, payments, reviews, equipment maintenance, and of course, follow-up. The system does not need to be complicated. A checklist is a system. A calendar is a system. A consistent quoting process is a system. The purpose of systems is not to make the business feel corporate. The purpose is to reduce mistakes and make the customer experience more consistent. As an engineer and project manager, I have always understood the value of processes. But owning a small business taught me that a process only matters if I actually use it when I am tired, busy, or even distracted. A business that depends entirely on your memory is not yet a business that can grow. It is a job with extra responsibilities. Number 7, patience and resilience. This may be the most important one. There will be days when you work hard and the result is not immediately visible. There will be weeks when the phone is quiet. There will be jobs that do not go according to plan. There will be expenses you did not expect. There will be moments when you compare yourself to someone online who appears to be growing faster than you. That is part of the process. As an immigrant, I understand what it means to build a life through gradual process. You plant seeds long before you see the results. The same is true in business. You build your reputation one customer at a time. You improve your skills one job at a time. You become more confident by taking action before you feel completely confident. If you're young, do not waste this season waiting for the perfect time. And if you're older, do not assume that your opportunity has passed. The life you want is not handed to you. It is built brick by brick. So, what does it really take to start a pressure washing business as an immigrant? It takes more than equipment. It takes a clear plan, financial discipline, and the willingness to sell. It takes quality work, reliability, and systems, and it takes patience when the progress is difficult to see. But there is something deeper happening as well. You are not only building a business, you are building confidence, judgment, discipline, and independence. You are becoming someone who can create value instead of waiting for someone else to give you an opportunity. That is where real fulfillment lives. If you are thinking about starting a pressure washing business or an exterior cleaning business, do not begin by asking, how can I get rich quickly? Ask, who can I help? What problem can I solve? Can I deliver a result people will gladly pay for? And what systems do I need to build to keep improvement? Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 7 areas you think will be the hardest for you. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on business, growth, and creating a life that actually matters. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.